So this is crazy, but this is actually the first time this year I've been able to walk outside in just a t-shirt and be comfortable. And that's because where I live, we just got out of a really long, brutal, and cold winter. And with this late arrival of spring, which you can tell by everything around me, I mean, things haven't even started growing leaves yet. We know that summer is gonna be here before we know it, which means it's time for churches to start planning for one of their highest attended services of the year, that being Mother's Day. Now, obviously, we're all gonna say Happy Mother's Day from the pulpit, but what are some other creative ways that us as churches can honor mothers throughout this service? And now that I'm finally home, I can tell you that one of the best ways to come up with creative ideas is simply to just have a discussion and talk about it with one another. That's exactly what we did here at REACHRIGHT. Thomas and Ian sat down and came up with some creative ideas on how we can honor mothers in our Mother's Day service as a church. So let's dive into it, but first I'm gonna get some chocolate. Don't mind me, I'll be right back. Okay, now don't tell my wife, but this is actually the last piece of chocolate. I know, everybody needs a pick-me-up every now and then though, and what better way to do that other than a sugary treat? And what better way to honor somebody other than offering them that exact treat? That leads us to our first idea.
I think something that all moms like is brunch, lunch, or treats, or something after the service. You know, whether or not it's something baked to go, or a little mini pies, or whatever. Or if you do a brunch thing, make sure you let people know ahead of time. Some sort of treat, something chocolate, right? I mean, most moms I think like chocolate. I know we've done chocolates and flowers to go before at our church, so can't go wrong, I think, with some of that stuff.
I think a brunch might be overkill. I think there's a certain subset of moms that would be willing to stay around for
they actually
brunch.
probably prefer, they have their restaurant in mind maybe already, right? So
They're ready for you to make dinner for them at home. So I don't know if a church potluck brunch, especially if you're going to make mom make something for the brunch.
I don't know if my wife would be ready for me to make something at home. As you know, I'm still challenged on my grill, so we're getting there.
Here in Hawaii, we have these treats called malasadas, which are Portuguese donuts, basically. They're really good.
Had them when I came there.
I think that, that's a perfect example. They're kind of hot treats, malasadas for moms, or something like something just to kind of let people know they're special. I love the idea of chocolates. Little disclaimer, I know I don't want to make this about dads, but dads like chocolate too.
Now, eating the last piece of chocolate, I'm gonna have to make this up to my wife somehow. But she just had a birthday, and so instead of buying her another gift, I think I'll make her a gift instead. In fact, when somebody makes you a gift just for you, it can really feel special, like they took a lot of time to work on something just to honor you with it. I remember making crafts for my mom as a kid all the time, and if she liked it enough, she would even put it up on the refrigerator and pin it with a magnet, and it would be there for a really long time. Which leads us to our next idea.
It's kind of cliche, but who doesn't love when their kids make them something, or especially when they can involve photos and things too? I know a lot of times when we have crafts that involve a photo of a mom's little one. So if for moms that have kids that are in kids ministry, especially when they're kind of in that nursery, preschool age, how cool is it to get a little handmade craft or a photo or a card or something like that from your kids, something you can hang on to. I know even to this day, my wife and I, we will sometimes get nostalgic, or we'll be moving something around and open up that box that she has of all of these old preschool cards and things that were made for back then, and you just cherish these kinds of things for a long time. So I think doing that kind of stuff would really make a big difference on Mother's Day.
Now, I don't know about you, but coming up with social media ideas can be really hard. In fact, I'm actually involved with the social media team at my church, and whenever it comes to Mother's Day, we usually just post a nice text that says Happy Mother's Day with a floral background, and that's kind of it. So when I heard this idea, I actually thought it was really cool, and it inspired me to try it at my church.
This is creative. Have a mother-child look-alike contest. Now that could be really cool. You take pictures, you put them up on the screen or on social media. See which one wins. I know some sons or daughters are a spitting image of their mother. So that would be a fun kind of generate some buzz maybe on social media, and again, makes it fun and special for the moms too.
You're going the right direction, I think, for social media. I don't think kind of coming in and parading them in front of the church as part of your service, that might be a little bit excessive or overkill. But I think a social media thing where put a picture up where where moms and sons or moms and daughters look alike. You make a hashtag for it. I think that could be really cool. That's one of those things I think that would really be great that week of. And that kind of goes into the next one, just is highlighting moms on social media. So that's one idea on how we can do that. But that week leading up to Mother's Day, you should make it your mission on all of your social platforms in every single post to be honoring moms. Maybe there's moms on your staff or people on your team there that are moms, highlighting them, finding ways on all of your social platforms to be honoring moms.
As I stated before, for churches, Mother's Day is one of the highest attended services. And so we know there's gonna be a lot of people there and probably a lot of new people, but this is kind of a celebration. So you want your church to be an area where they can feel free to kind of celebrate together. And one of the best ways to do that is have a spot where they can take a picture and remember it by.
This could be as simple as, I know we do this all the time at my church. We just have a backdrop, you know, and sometimes the party favors where you put on the little masks and you goof off. We've done that for Christmas, you know, and maybe it is a photo booth as well.
That is one of the things that mom always remembers, is that like, oh, I think she feels this weight of, hey, we haven't done family pictures in too long of a time. I don't know if you hear that at your house or not.
We need to do new photos.
Right, exactly. And I just had this conversation with my wife just the other day. Your church probably has a great photographer in there. You have someone who does it at least kind of semi-professionally or takes pictures of people, or they have a good camera and they do these kinds of things. You could probably work something like that out. But even if it's just on a cell phone and they take their own pictures with a really cool background, I think that is a huge opportunity. Everybody takes these pictures, they all put it on social media, and if you have a few friends that have the same background, someone's gonna start to ask, hey, where were you with that background? Or where did that take place? Or that's a great quality picture. How did that happen? And you can start talking about your church and getting word out there. I think it's a really good idea there.
As we bring up this last idea, you've probably heard about love languages. And for me, my top love language is acts of service. When I come home and an area of the house is exceptionally clean, or if somebody helps me do a task that I've been putting off forever, it just makes me feel really appreciated. And that same kind of principle can happen on the day that we are specifically trying to honor mothers.
What if you hosted a mom's car wash? So if you're a mom, we want to honor moms. And this is something you could even do as like an evangelistic type of opportunity, like where you drive into the church parking lot or someplace, wherever it would be, and get a 100% free car wash. Or
that's cool.
We'll do, you have some guys in your church that are good at this kind of stuff. We'll do free mom oil changes.
We did that at our church for single moms. And that was a huge thing, and it ended up being a really good ministry opportunity because we had a lot of mothers that, you know, single moms, that's a tough job, tough place to be in, and ended up, blessing their socks off and providing a time to minister to them and get them connected to the church. And so that's worked great for us.
Some churches, we even thought about the idea of giving out like a car wash coupon on Mother's Day, where on next week's Sunday after service, we're doing a free car wash for moms. Here's your coupon, you can use it or give it to somebody or do whatever you want. So lots of ways you can do that, but just do something special for moms. That's what's important.
A lot of us churches just came out of a super busy Easter season where a lot of thought and preparation went into our services and egg hunts or whatever you may have done. And so we can feel kind of exhausted or drained, but we hope this video will help you prepare for that next big service coming up, being Mother's Day, in a fun and exciting and creative way. If any of these ideas kind of spoke to you, or if you have any that we didn't cover, let us know in the comments below. We would love to hear from you. And as always, we like to make content here at REACHRIGHT all the time that help churches just like yours. So make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you're notified the next time we make a video. See you later.